everybody here is upset. This is unheard of. Where you see 5 young men from the age of 15, 17, 18 to rape a girl in our community. This is unheard of. You don't hear these type of things in our neighborhood. We have problems, but not like this. This is something to the extreme. They need to be punished.
We're a nation that far too often gets distracted by shiny things and issues that are nothing more than platforms for hack politicians and blustering wannabes. And what happened in Manhattan recently is proof we fail to bear down on the ground zero issues that can and should be getting more attention. Children committing crimes using unregistered or stolen handguns, presenting a level of violence that is becoming all too casually accepted. And parents who allow these creatures to take shape and seek to blame somebody else. Let's dive in and take this one around the dial as it affects every city and town in America. The Defender of Liberty, heard every weekday from 5 to 8 p.m. Central Time at 570 KLIF in Dallas-Fort Worth. Grant Stinchfield. Grant, where do we start here? A 14-year-old, a 17-year-old, 2 15-year-olds, a gang rape, an alleged gang rape at a playground in New York City. Children with weapons in their hands. Grant, there is a crime issue here in America. We're talking about guns and issues and Second Amendments that's already been decided. We're not digging into the crime issue here. What's it going to take?
Well, it's going to take people like you and me, Ed, to start talking about this. And we don't hear the presidential candidates talking about this at all. It is a troubling crime. It's despicable what happened. You've got to call into question whoever raised these kids. I mean, parents are gone now in some of these socioeconomically challenged areas. And I have questions, Ed, about the parent, the father of this young girl that he was with. This is his daughter. They were there at 9 o'clock at night drinking beer, he said. And then he left, and I don't know how he called 911.
And he wandered into a store somewhere, and he was drunk.
20 minutes later, I call into question his actions.
Well, that's just it. People said that he was drunk when he wandered in trying to get help for his daughter on this. But I want to get to what you said. Socioeconomic challenged areas. I grew up in New York City. I saw the tough areas. I know a lot of people who came from socioeconomically challenged backgrounds, and they turned out to be good kids, good parents, good people. That's an excuse, Grant. Let's stop with that already, shall we?
All right, and so I'm going to ask, did those kids that you were talking to, did they have parents involved in their lives?
Yes, they did.
They did, and that's the key, because you go into the black areas of Dallas or New York or San Francisco, you name it. You go
Let's
into the
just not make it black. Grant, hang on 1 second.
And they're poor.
Let's just not make it black.
This is not
Hold on.
White, black, or Hispanic issue.
Thank you. White, black, or Hispanic. We got to say this for everybody across the board.
The reality is, Ed, the people that are poor, the fathers and even the mothers are disappearing. And we don't even have the grandmothers that we had 20 years ago when I was growing up that were raising kids. All
right, let's move on to something else. I got about 90 seconds left, but I want to get this in here. The affluenza teen, Ethan Couch, his mother is apparently going to be out on bail. She has been released from jail. You got Mothers Against Drunk Driving, a petition. 30,000 people say, we want to have this kid tried in adult court and not juvenile court. First of all, she's a knucklehead to begin with. Let's get it right out of the way here. But I'm curious what your listeners are saying about her and this kid.
Well, everybody here is fed up with her and the kid and the system. A lot of us want the judge called into account for how she gave a 10 years probation for this crime. I mean, I think what's going to be very strange here, Ethan Couch's mom, Tanya Couch, may go to prison longer than Ethan Couch does. You know, he committed these crimes and the probation violation while he was a juvenile, which means the most he can go serve is 4 months. Now, if he gets transferred to adult court, which I think will happen, it's going to take one more screw-up before he goes to jail for a long time.
What are the people saying? Are they in favor of him being tried in an adult court for this crime?
Absolutely, and in fact, we were calling, he should have been tried in adult court from the very start of this trial. How the judge allowed this whole affluenza defense to even be instituted here is a joke. It was a joke that she gave him 10 years probation. I look at the families. You read the accounts of these stories. 4 people are dead, 1 man paralyzed, and the worst part of all of this, Ed, Ethan Couch has not once showed remorse for his actions. It is despicable.
And one of the mothers actually said she was on the phone with her daughter when Couch hit the car and killed her daughter. That just makes it even worse. It's frightening. 5 to 8 p.m. Central Time, 570 KLIF in Dallas-Fort Worth. Grant Stinchfield, the Defender of Liberty. Always a pleasure, my friend. Talk to you soon. How the leader of Germany is destroying her country, Europe, and maybe even leading to America. Next on The Hard Line.